I'm sorry. It's TMZ.
Yeah, you can curse. You can curse. You can curse.
I apologize, but
no apologize about.
There's no way he get demolished.
Trouble. Nobody's in trouble. That power comes out of right.
Pacquiao's finished. He's in it for the few quid now, few pounds more, few more dollars. Great fighter legend himself, but he can never look in the mirror and say he was the best of his era.
Manny Pacquiao is officially returning to the ring in July 2025 to face Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight world title. This isn't an exhibition or symbolic comeback, it's a fully sanctioned championship bout, and training is already underway. Now 46 years old, Pacquiao is taking on this challenge with the same intensity and discipline that defined the peak of his boxing career. His training regimen has even left fellow professionals stunned, including his former rival, Floyd "Money" Mayweather.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion, so who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. That's a tremendous fight. There's a final elimination taking place in North Africa, New Guinea, with Chisoko. And there's just many interests in the division.
In General Santos City, Pacquiao has resumed full training camp activities, running, sparring, hitting mitts, and grinding through strength and conditioning drills. This time, he's added something new: kickboxers. These fighters are helping him enhance agility, reflexes, and explosive movement. The goal is to shock the body back into high-speed coordination by working with athletes who fight at a different rhythm. Pacquiao is not just getting back in shape, he's focused on regaining the dynamic footwork and unpredictable angles that once made him nearly impossible to time. According to his camp, he's all in and training daily.
Don't try the boxing like that.
Yeah, it's lazy, right? Just kind of...
When you do the shadow boxing like that, what is that for? Because you can apply that habit. You become a habit. When you start boxing like...
Pacquiao's comeback isn't a publicity stunt. His goal is to become a world champion again, even at 46. The WBC has confirmed that the fight against Barrios will be an official title defense for the 147-pound belt. Mario Barrios, the reigning champion, is 28 years old with youth and height on his side. He's coming off an impressive win over Yordenis Ugas and is known for his discipline, range, and solid fundamentals. Barrios has welcomed the challenge, saying he respects everything Pacquiao has done, but he's fully focused on defending his title.
No, is almost finalized from per 210 Boxing TV from Instagram. He says, shocking news, Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title is a done deal for the summer. The date either will be July 19th or 26th on Amazon Prime, and the fight probably won't be on pay-per-view. And the location, Las Vegas or
Pacquiao hasn't fought professionally since August 2021, when he lost a decision to Yordenis Ugas after stepping in on short notice. That bout was initially scheduled against Errol Spence Jr., who withdrew due to injury. Pacquiao retired shortly afterward to focus on politics, even running for president of the Philippines in 2022. Still, the desire to compete never left him. He stayed active, playing full-court basketball daily and maintaining a consistent fitness routine, which has made his transition back to boxing smoother. He's always trained hard between fights, and that hasn't changed.
Pacquiao is negotiating with Barrios to fight at 147. No tears. I haven't heard one tear. So guess what? Since we know that Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao has been in serious negotiations, let me ask you, is it a good fight? Mario Barrios versus Tank Davis at 147. Yes, it is. That fight was a struggle, and if Mario Barrios wasn't weight drained with the rehydration clause at 140, think about 147, Tank going up from 135 to 147. Yeah, y'all, no, shoot.
Sean Gibbons, president of MP Promotions and one of Pacquiao's closest advisors, recently confirmed that the comeback is already in motion. Training has begun, and preparations for both the exhibition with Suzuki and the Barrios fight are being handled like a top-tier professional campaign. Gibbons noted that Manny never really left the gym lifestyle and remains physically prepared. The comeback has also caught the attention of Floyd Mayweather, who in a recent interview said Pacquiao remains the best fighter he's ever faced, and he expects to see that same version of Manny in July.
Could you describe to us what you've seen?
Looks like a fine bottle of wine. It just keeps getting better and better as it ages. He hasn't lost his speed. He hasn't lost his feet. He hasn't lost his passion. Just loves the fight. I asked him, why are you still doing this? Passion. He loves it. He just he's done for 29 years. And if I didn't think he could do it at the highest level, I would say it, or I would advise and say, Manny, maybe you should think about doing something else. But he still has the, everything when you watch him, the power.
That's a major statement, especially considering Mayweather has shared the ring with legends like Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, Juan Manuel Marquez, Diego Corrales, and Canelo Alvarez. According to Floyd, what made Pacquiao unique was his combination of speed, power in both hands, awkward angles, and relentless movement. Mayweather said Pacquiao challenged him in ways no other opponent ever did. Though their 2015 mega fight ended in a unanimous decision for Floyd, he still holds Manny in the highest regard, a rare level of respect for Mayweather.
Pacquiao and Barrios, man. Mauricio just want those little sanctioning fees, man. That's all it is. They just want a little sanctioning fees off that Pacquiao purse. I'm not with it. I don't think it's cool. There's other people that kind of deserve that a little better. I personally wanted Boots and Barrios to clash. He got a fight on the way. You know what I'm saying? But it's just stupid. I don't see the fucking point in that fight at all. I mean, if it happens, it happens. At the end of the day, he was a generational talent. I think it'll be an entertaining fight because Barrios is there to fight, but I'm going to have to edge the younger guy. You know what I'm saying?
The announcement of Pacquiao versus Barrios has stirred excitement and debate across the boxing world. Some feel it's too late for Manny to compete at this level again, while others believe if anyone can defy age and reclaim a title, it's him. Pacquiao remains the only 8-division world champion in boxing history, with victories spanning 4 decades against elite opponents, from Barrera and Morales to De La Hoya, Cotto, Hatton, and Thurman. His resume is nearly unmatched.
Not knock him out, but, beat him on the cards, beat him behind that jab.
Similar to like Ugas, the Ugas fight?
Yeah, like on some shit like that. It's a good fight, but it's more of a good fight for Barrios. Pacquiao don't need it, but Pacquiao want to come back, and he want to come back with a bang, so, why not? If he can make it happen, make it happen.
What makes this comeback even more compelling is that Pacquiao didn't request a tune-up fight or an easy opponent. He jumped straight into a title bout with a younger, dangerous champion. That says everything about his mentality. He's not returning for nostalgia. He's returning to compete at the highest level. Barrios, in turn, has been respectful but focused. He knows what a victory over Pacquiao would mean for his legacy and is treating the opportunity with seriousness. The WBC has officially sanctioned the bout as a title fight, adding even more weight to the event. This isn't just a return, it's a real fight with real stakes.
Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios? Okay, if this was for a massive bag, I get it. But you're fighting for a non-pay-per-view event, so you're going to be fighting for free against a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Why? There are plenty of other fights to be making. But yet we're getting Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Is Manny Pacquiao even ready to fight in the ring? Why is he? I get he still loves the sport, but listen, you are an all-time great, a legend of the sport, a Hall of Famer. Why return? Why not just go pursue other things?
Pacquiao supporters in the Philippines and around the globe have rallied behind his return. His story has always been about beating the odds, from growing up in poverty to becoming a global icon. Now, at 46, he's aiming to shock the world again. He's logging miles, sharpening reflexes with kickboxers, and studying tape. While he may not have the raw speed of his 20s, Pacquiao brings elite timing, toughness, and ring IQ that few can match. His team believes he still has the tools to deliver one more unforgettable night.
Pac-Man comeback? What's going on? Manny Pacquiao is coming back for another fight against Mario Barrios for the WBC Welterweight Championship, I believe. Is that something, or just
I don't know.
tabloids?
I don't know.
I keep laughing about that fight. I don't know. I don't know if they exist. I don't know where the money would come from.
Who's paying the Pacquiao tax?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this. All I know is that it just seems the guy's almost 50.
For longtime fans, this comeback isn't just a fight, it's a moment in history. The full training camp, the kickboxers, the exhibition with Suzuki, the WBC title on the line, and even Mayweather's praise all confirm this isn't a gimmick. Manny Pacquiao is back, and he's not here to play. He's here to win. While his last official fight was the 2021 loss to Ugas, he did participate in a 2024 exhibition match against Japanese kickboxer Rukia Ampo, which tested his reflexes, but lacked the intensity of a 12-round title bout. That changes in July.
Interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off. And
among those reacting to Pacquiao's return is Terence Crawford, the former undisputed welterweight champion and one of the sport's most dominant forces. When asked about Pacquiao's comeback, Crawford offered a respectful but cautious take. "I don't know, we shall see," Crawford said when asked if Manny could still compete at the top level. Pressed further about Pacquiao's age and whether he could handle someone like Barrios, Crawford refrained from bold predictions. "I can't say if he's too old or not. If he goes in there and wins, everyone will change their tune. I don't put limits on an all-time great like Manny Pacquiao."
Facing Mario Barrios, what do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think that, it's a very contentious subject. Like, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that
Crawford's words reflect the unpredictability of Pacquiao's comeback. At 46, the physical demands are immense, but his experience, ring intelligence, and power still make him a threat. Pacquiao's style has always relied on sudden bursts, speed, and sharp angles. While those traits fade with age, training footage suggests he still has flashes of the same explosive movement that once overwhelmed elite fighters. Oscar de la Hoya, another legend Pacquiao defeated, also shared his perspective, urging caution but acknowledging the rare drive required to return at this level. If anyone can do it, many believe it's Manny.
3 years ago, about Conor Benn fighting Manny Pacquiao, and now we're talking about him fighting for a world title. When was the last time Manny Pacquiao had a professional fight?
Yeah.
I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago? I don't know.
Was it somebody after Keith Thurman?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
How can you fight for a WBC world title? It makes a mockery of the championship. So, I don't know. Look, Mario Barrios should be fighting Boots. But they don't want this is like an easy fight.
"I wish him all the best," said De La Hoya. "Obviously, he's not the same Pacquiao who fought me in the greats back then. I just hope he's careful in there. He's not young anymore, but I'm sure he still has that power, so anything can happen." De La Hoya's words carry serious weight. The former 6th Division champion was a dominant force in his prime, but it was Pacquiao's relentless speed and power that ended his career in brutal fashion. He knows better than most how dangerous the sport can be for aging fighters who misjudge its toll.
Former opponent Manny Pacquiao coming back. What do you think about that?
I wish him all the best. I mean, obviously, look, the truth is the truth. He's obviously not the same Pacquiao that fought me, that fought the greats. I wish him the best. Be careful up there. He's not young like he used to be, but I'm sure he still has that power. So anything can happen, but yeah, just be careful.
Thank you, Oscar.
Oscar, if you since you all talked about Christian Banks's weight,
Meanwhile, the welterweight landscape has shifted significantly since Pacquiao's last title bout. Mario Barrios claimed the WBC welterweight title in May 2024 after Terence Crawford vacated the belt to move up to light middleweight. That move created a power vacuum at 147 pounds, and Barrios seized the opportunity by defeating former champ Dennis Ugas. Now, he stands as a major roadblock in Pacquiao's path to becoming world champion again.
And he makes the comeback, and he stays on the tear that he was on before.
Who? Your Dennis?
Yeah, I mean,
he was on a tear?
Beat the hell out of Manny.
Yeah, he did.
Beat the hell out. I almost beat the hell out of you.
No, he didn't.
Errol Spence Jr., another former unified welterweight champion, has also been linked to a possible fight with Barrios. Spence has not fought since his devastating loss to Terence Crawford in their long-awaited, undisputed title clash 2 years ago. That defeat stalled his momentum, but Spence remains a dangerous contender and could complicate Pacquiao's road to the WBC crown.
Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao are in talks for the WBC welterweight title fight. They want to do it in Vegas. Pacquiao is 45 and hasn't competed since August 2021 in a decision loss. Mario Barrios is definitely trying to stat pad at this point. In a stacked welterweight division, you can fight Crawford. If you don't want to fight someone who's coming off a W, fight Spence Jr. Fight Jaron or Stanius.
Rising British star Conor Benn has also entered the conversation. Though he recently suffered the first loss of his career in a brutal war against Chris Eubank Jr., the bout was hailed as one of 2025's best. Despite the loss, Benn's stock has risen. In a recent interview with Sky Sports, he addressed the buzz around Pacquiao's return, saying, "He's past his sell-by date, but he's still a legend, one of the greatest of all time. I'm 28, he's nearly done, and I'm just getting started. We're on completely different ends of our careers."
Yo, so why is Mario Barrios fighting a 50-year-old and not Jerome Boots Ennis? See, this is the problem with boxing. Y'all over here fighting retired fighters and over the hill as washed-up fighters. Where the 50...
Benn's comments highlight the generational gap Pacquiao must overcome. At 46, Pacquiao is aiming to reclaim a spot among the sport's elite, while fighters like Benn are just hitting their prime. For Benn, a bout with Pacquiao would be a huge payday, but also a big risk. Despite his age, Pacquiao still carries dangerous power and experience. As Pacquiao continues his rigorous training in the Philippines, one thing is clear: this comeback is not for show. It's a test of whether a legend can still compete and win against younger, hungrier challengers in a brutal sport.
To challenge Mario Barrios, a guy who just beat a guy that Manny Pacquiao lost to in Udonis Ugas. Mario Barrios moved up. He fought Keith Thurman, then he fought Ugas. He lost to Keith Thurman, then he beat Ugas. Now,
Sean Porter also weighed in on the potential Pacquiao versus Barrios clash, offering both support and concern. "I hate seeing these guys come back, but if that's what they want, I get it," Porter told Boxing Scene. "I think Pacquiao will beat Barrios. But beyond that, Jaron Boots Ennis? Stay away from that man." Porter, a veteran who's gone to war with Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, didn't hold back. He made it clear that while he respects Pacquiao's legacy, the current welterweight landscape is full of killers, and Ennis might be the most dangerous of them all.
Manny Pacquiao getting back in the ring again for a world title fight.
Well, obviously, it definitely has to do with money, one. Two, I think Manny Pacquiao, I think his C game is a lot better than anybody, a lot of guys' A game, even with the age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring against Ugas. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, a fighter.
Ennis, who recently dismantled David Avanesian on July 13th, has taken the welterweight division by storm with his mix of power, speed, and elite skill. Pacquiao just doesn't have the punch resistance anymore to face someone like Ennis, Porter continued. Back in the day, that would have been a dream fight. But Barrios? He's too slow, gets hit too much, Pacquiao can handle him. Ennis is a different level. So, what do you think? Can Manny Pacquiao defy the odds once again? Or has Father Time finally caught up with the legend? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more boxing updates.